Sometimes we buy snacks from the supermarket out of convenience, but tell me why you're going to buy a packet of mini mandazis for around 50 Kenya shillings, while you can make your mini mandazis from scratch and you'll have, the quantity will be higher and you'll have the best texture ever. When cooking mandazi, there's that specific texture that you're always looking for. So you need a few ingredients which you're going to find listed in the description box in the right quantity. And your mandazi is going to turn out so good. So into your bowl, you're going to add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And the key to add in fluffiness to your mandazi is to add in softened butter or margarine, which you're going to use your fingers and massage into the all-purpose flour until the flour resembles little clumps of flour. When everything is fully combined, once you make a fistful of the all-purpose flour, it's going to hold shape just like this. So next, you're going to add in the rest of the ingredients. And I'm going to start off with some sugar, which is going to sweeten up the mini mandazi. Add in 15 grams of milk powder, which is going to add in creaminess to your mandazi. Then next, you're going to add in your raising agent, that is baking powder. Add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which is going to balance the sweetness of the mandazi. Then you're going to combine all the ingredients together until fully combined. If you can't get the milk powder, you can simply use milk in the recipe. I have some extra all-purpose flour over here, which I'm going to be using to knead my dough. So now it's time for the wet ingredients, and the best part about this recipe is that it's eggless and the mandazi are going to turn out so awesome. So I'm going to go in with my hands and mix in the milk together with the dry ingredients. Make sure to scrape your bowl as you're mixing in the ingredients. Pinch the flour so that it can absorb in the moisture. I'm going to add in a little bit more milk. Once you have a shaggy dough just like this, you're going to knead for around 3 to 4 minutes while sprinkling in some extra all-purpose flour if you notice that your dough is on the wet side. If you always wonder why your mandazi is not soft on the inside, the reason is you're substituting the milk with water, which is going to give you a very different texture. And before you add in your baking powder, make sure it has not overstayed on your pantry or in your kitchen for too long, because it's not going to fluff up while frying. While kneading your dough, don't add in too much all-purpose flour, because when cooking mandazi, you need the dough to be soft and elastic. As you're kneading your dough, the gluten structure of the flour is going to activate. Hence, after around 3 to 4 minutes, you'll notice that the dough becomes less sticky and it's easier to work with. Several minutes later, this is how my dough is looking. As you can see, it's not sticky at all. It's soft. So now I'm going to tuck in the bottom just like this. Place back in the bowl. Then I'm going to add in around a teaspoon of cooking oil, which is going to prevent the dough from drying out. Then I'm going to pick a plastic wrap up my bowl, and this is going to prevent the dough from drying out as well. Then I'm going to rest for around 15 to 20 minutes, whereby the glutens are going to relax. Hence you're going to get a perfect dough to make the mandazi. Once your dough is well rested, you're going to transfer to your countertop. And we'll start off by sprinkling some extra all-purpose flour. Place my bowl aside. Then I'm going to knead my dough for around a minute or two. Once done, I'm going to tuck the dough in the bottom just like this. Then I'm going to use my rolling pin and roll the dough on my countertop. I don't need a lot of all-purpose flour. for dusting my working surface because the dough is not sticky at all. You can also add in some oil, maybe a tablespoon of cooking oil, and use your rolling pin to roll the dough instead of adding in some flour. As you can see, it's quite easy to push the dough because it's soft and elastic. And we're looking to roll the dough to around 1/2 inch. And once done, this is the size that you're looking for. So using a knife or a pizza cutter, you're going to cut into strips just like this. Once done, you're going to place your knife horizontal just like this and cut into boxes or into squares. Once you're done, you're going to move to a stove top and place a frying pan and place a deep frying pan with cooking oil over medium-high flame. Wait for around a minute or two for the cooking oil to get ready, and you'll need somewhere to transfer the mandazi when ready, and also you'll need a skimmer, which is a very important tool when it comes to deep frying because it helps you scoop out whatever you're frying safely and transfer to your bowl or to whatever you are transferring to, and it's going to make it very easy for you to drain the cooking oil. To check if the cooking oil is ready, you're going to drop in a piece of dough. Once you notice small bubbling, the oil is ready to add in some more pieces of dough. You just skimmer and toss the little pieces of dough, and immediately you add in the pieces of dough into the cooking oil. They're going to start cooking, which is going to take around a minute on each side. Also, when cooking your mandazi, avoid overcrowding because the temperature of the oil is going to drop. Hence, the mandazis are going to soak in cooking oil. As you can see, the little pieces of dough are getting a gorgeous golden brown color, and the aroma in the kitchen is so good. When the mandazi is ready, this is how it's going to be looking. So you're going to scoop out, shake off the excess oil, and transfer to your bowl, which is lined with kitchen paper towel to trap any excess oil. Then you're going to add in your next round. Use your skimmer, toss the little pieces of dough, and as you can see, we are getting a nice color. Fry for 1 minute on each side. The golden brown color is perfect. I'm going to transfer to the rest and add in my next round. Make sure the cooking oil is not too hot because the little pieces of dough are not going to cook on the inside. So you can simply reduce the flames to the lowest point so that the cooking oil can cool down a little bit while you add in your pieces of dough. And once done, you're going to repeat by cooking for around 1 minute on each side or until the mandazis have a gorgeous color. When ready, scoop out, shake off the excess oil and transfer to the rest. This is the last round and it's been around 10 minutes. So this is quite a hack because you're going to save up money and make more mini mandazis, which are going to be perfect to pack for your kids to enjoy as a snack. Here's my first bite of my mini mandazis. Wow. Once you bite in, We have a little bit of crispiness. The inside is super fluffy, very delicious. Not too sweet, just absolutely worth trying.